Kevin, it's a point this afternoon from a goalless draw with Harborough Town. You got the improved defensive display that you would have wanted today, but just not able to break down a resolute opposition.
Yeah, I mean, it's a close game. They're a side in good form, going really well. Very good players in the group. And overall disappointed that we haven't been able to get that goal and take all 3 points. But I guess you'd probably look at it and say that a draw is possibly a fair result, albeit I thought the way that we managed the ball and managed the game overall, I'm really quite pleased with. Obviously, I want to win the game, but I just thought we didn't really look into the 2 moments that we had to defend when Crano's got back in the second half. Great saving tackle, fair play. It's the one moment I think they had in the second period, and then the shenanigans with the officiating that led to the moment before half time. Orange got back and defended that well. Would have been a travesty if that had divided the 2 teams in the game. But I thought we looked certainly more lightly and managed the ball really, really well in the second half. We've got to do that thing and stick the ball in the back of the net, haven't we? And we've come up a little bit short there today.
Sure. You did say after Tuesday, it wasn't. Clearly, the defending on Tuesday it didn't please you, but was that specifically with Harborough in mind, knowing the kind of challenge they present?
Look, they're going to load the ball on. They've got some big boys in the team that are, that are bold and good in those moments and situations, and they can be big moments in games. And we've, I think, pretty much stood up to them 9 all the time. I think they've got a near post header in the first half that you would expect us to do better with and be a little bit more focused on. But other than that, I think generally we've moved the ball better than they have, which you'd probably expect at home. Ellis has had loads of the ball, down the left-hand side, and we flashed the ball across the box on 2 or 3 occasions in the second half. It just needs a touch to go and finish the job. But I like it when we look as solid as we have and have done today, as opposed to Tuesday. And like I say, the energy that we've had through midfield, and young men like Harry and Max in there that are working with their legs and energy, and there's something there to hopefully build on and develop and improve with us.
Sure. I felt it was a signal of Harborough's ambition, or lack of it, perhaps, that they took off a winger and placed him with the central defensive midfielder part way through the second half, which to me looked like an awareness or a recognition that they were under pressure at that point.
Yeah, probably so. We've generally done all right at home, haven't we, with results, and you probably look at that as a manager coming here and thinking if you take away a point, then it's a decent point, and I think they'll feel that. We're a little bit, like I say, disappointed that we haven't closed the game out and won the game, but as I say, it is probably a fair result overall. 2 sides having a go at it, some good players on the field. Always going to be a tight affair, wasn't it?
Sure. I imagine as well, you would have liked to have a few more options available to you on the substitutes bench. You did have Remy Walker back today, and obviously we've had the news come through about Alex Goodger's departure. So just a word on really what's happening in terms of the squad shape.
Yeah, so I've made no secret. I want to probably have, bring the overall age of the group down, and like I say, through midfield you look at the age in there, and probably it's something if I've been at fault, maybe having players at either end of the scale age-wise and not enough in the middle. And it's not the be-all and end-all, and we've still got, even some of those players that are a bit older, still got plenty to offer and plenty to input within the group. Alex has wanted more game time. I'll stick my neck out, and I think Sam and Oren have done well enough for me. It's something I couldn't promise. He wanted to see game time elsewhere. So look, you have to make that decision. Sometimes you have to make bold decisions, and that's what I've done. We wish him well.
Sure. And is that a signal, perhaps, that there is some scope to add to the squad at some point?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, the wages, go back in to be spent. Hopefully there are 1 or 2 options. We've put some 7-day approaches in for players. Equally, we're speaking to 1 or 2 clubs about bringing other loan options into the group. So you kind of look at the the period, this last little period where we've been losing players like Ricardo, and you know, Joe going back and Jakob going back, and still had to, you know, plot a course through it, and still had to try and pick up points. So yeah, it's not been an easy period, to be honest, and it you know, really pleases me that the attitude of players out there, when numbers, you know, need to be bolstered a little bit, but players haven't felt sorry for themselves. They've gone on there and had a right go today, and you know, showed some good quality at times. And like I say, I think it's one little bit that's missing is just that bit right at the top end of the field and sticking the ball in the back of the net.
Sure. The last of your trio of back-to-back home games comes on Tuesday against Biggleswade Town, who are bottom of the league. But I know that you won't be taking anything for granted. And if anything, some of the things that you were speaking about in midweek, that's almost the kind of game where you want to see the players up to their work, etc., in a game like that one, to show that they're serious about what they're doing.
Yeah, it's very much, you know, it's a different challenge. Harborough's been in fantastic form. Bedford were top of the league, would have played them, and then you know, having the mentality to deal with a side, okay, they're at the bottom of the league, but take no notice of that, and being able to manage that game much the same as we have done the last couple, and if we can do and play up to that level and that standard, yeah, you know, clearly you like to think we'd have a good chance, but we certainly take nothing for granted, and that is the the challenge that you face with players. It doesn't matter whether you're top, middle, or bottom in the league. You've still got to have the same application and attitude to be able to do the job. And sometimes some players, like I say, can get a little bit complacent at times, and you know, they can get a result, and they've proved they can get results against teams. So you certainly can't take anything for granted, for sure. Roll the sleeves up and make sure we build on what we've done today.
Kevin, we thank you for your time as always.
Thank you.